Jools Holland.
I said, flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. I said, flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Don't ever leave me, don't ever say goodbye. That's my baby, that's a new go-to. Here comes my baby, that's a new go-to. She's so small, she can rumble and flip on foot. When I get lonesome, I jump on the telephone. When I get lonesome, I jump on the telephone. Call my baby, tell her on my way back home. I said, flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. I said, flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Call my baby, and I know why. When I get lonesome, I jump on the telephone. When I get lonesome, I jump on the telephone. I call my baby, tell her on my way back home. I like the Mississippi Bullfrog sitting on a hollow stone. I like the Mississippi Bullfrog sitting on a hollow stone. So many women, I don't know which way to jump. Flip, flip, flop, and fly. Don't care if I die. Flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Don't ever leave me, don't ever say goodbye. Flip, flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Don't ever leave me, don't ever say goodbye.
All right. Now, tell us a bit about that song, would you, Jools?
Well, it's a long story. Interestingly enough, though, the music enthusiasts will know here that a song like that gets you out of breath. And to have a left hand to play that song, you need lots of exercise. And I'd safely say that this song was written before the war, which impressed me.
Don't lean back too far.
No, I might fall over the edge, mightn't I? That would be awful, wouldn't it? Broken neck live on the telly, piano falling on top of me. It's a bit wobbly, you see. Yes, it's written before the war, so it's quite impressive, isn't it? Sounds like rock and roll. That's what I think.
Is it basically a jazz song? Or what?
Yeah, a blues song written by the great Joe Turner, who's still living.
Unlike you.
Unlike me, yes, who is in fact...
Now, you sort of described that as a sort of prototype rock and roll song. So, I mean, what's the relationship between that and what one, you know, knows as rock and roll today?
Yeah.
You know,
well,
Shakin' Stevens, the sort of thing you and I listen to at home.
Yes, yes. Well, Shakin' Stevens and the Stray Cats, of course, which I've been listening to at home to for many years, base their style, I believe, quite firmly. I mean, I wouldn't sue them, and I'm not a musicologist, but on boogie woogie and rhythm and blues from the 1930s and 1940s.
So what are the kind of steps that lie between that and...
Well, in a word, the one thing that I think holds all rock and roll together is this. Yeah. Are you ready? Okay. Now, a lot of you are saying to yourselves, well, that didn't actually sound like Shakin' Stevens to me. But when putting it in context, you'll hear at the back almost all Shakin' Stevens with Pino Palladino, there was walking the bass. Gilson Lavis was shuffling around the drums. That's the rhythm, you see, that has not been allowed to die.
So it's all in the left. It's all in the left hand.
The left hand, yes. Which, as I said, I mean, there's lots of boogie woogie variations that you can go on for, as with jazzy ones. If you can play them right, or you know, boring ones.
And what's the difference in what you're doing with your right hand? I mean, if you can tell us at this time of night.
This is why the left hand is so important. And in fact, as Gilson Lavis' drum tutor, Gilson was telling me this earlier, actually, when he was learning to play the drums, told him to use his left hand for everything. And Gilson said, everything. And he said, yes, everything. Right. So it needs lots of practice.
Just strengthen it up?
Just strengthen that wrist up, yes. Because the left hand's easy because it's just sort of farting around, really, not knowing what it's doing. But this left hand here, I shall hold it up so you can see it at the back. See this strong wrist. This is what's necessary for this. Go on and on and on and on, of course.
Right. Now, while we're talking about ancient rock and roll, I believe that you have an engagement coming up which sort of sets you amongst the historic, you
That's
know.
right. And I have a poster for it here, which I will hold up briefly to this camera, but I don't know whether he'll be able to. Maybe I'll hold it in front of my face. No, there we are. Now, this is Kid Thomas. Now, it should be said, and this is absolutely true, it has their dates of birth here. I'll put it down here and read them. Kid Thomas, the Kid, was actually born in 1896. Now, this is a real gig, which is at Hammersmith Palais, which I'd advise anybody to come to. And the whole band were born before 1914. That's the youngest one in them. And they are actually original, proper New Orleans jazz people. Now, you wouldn't ever get another chance to see them, because in another 10 years, sad to say, many of them might not be with us anymore.
Now, you're also still continuing this fictitious career as a television presenter, aren't you?
That's right. There's a monstrous tube spectacular. 5 hours of live, non-stop me. And there's going to be films of other people in.
Right. When is that?
That's next Friday after next.
Okay. All right, Jules. All right, Jules. Thank you very much.
Well, I'll just.
You'll just start. Yeah. You can deal with that guy afterwards,
You're
right?
That stingy git.
I'd like to think. I would like to think.
Wait a minute. What
it's
was
an indication
in the world?
of the influence that Luke.
Any one programme which